Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan Dulles and welcome to the Perfect World Entertainment E3 wrap-up. We just recently got back from the Electronics Entertainment Expo in Los Angeles, California. Now for those of you who don't know what E3 is, it's actually one of the largest game conventions in the world, undoubtedly the largest in the United States. Now we realize that not everybody is lucky enough to be able to go to E3, and that's why we're here today, to give you an in-depth look at Perfect World at E3. This year at E3, we showcased 3 of our newest games. Battle of the Immortals, which is currently in open beta. And after seeing some of the armor and pets, people really enjoyed DOI at E3.
The gear is really well designed and it's fun and flashy, and I was thinking that's definitely a strong point.
I like having the pet follow you around, and I like how the pet was like 2 times as big as you are.
Here's the great part, John. The armor and gear, I love that the armor is constantly moving and fluctuating and has a life to it. It's got, I mean, there's so much going on if you can see it on the screen. Every piece you showed us, from all the Heretic class and all the wings and the healer really blasting on the screen, the armor gives it that feel, and that's something a lot of gear lacks in MMOs.
But it definitely looks cool. I mean, looking at it now, it's just so awesome. And if you can get like a full set like that just goes together, it's really kind of striking when you're running across the landscape like that.
You have it here. I said that's an epic armor set, and John's like, no, dude, that's a mid-range armor set. I'm like, holy cow! I mean, that's awesome. So it looks great.
Heroes of Three Kingdoms, which is planned to be released mid-July.
The thing I think I noticed most was the fact that it's real map of a real place, and you're pulling from historical type things instead of just let's create and fantasize.
I really like the unique setting for the massively multiplayer genre. Most of the time it's like some fantasy world or something, but this is a place that people can actually relate to, and it should probably teach them like a little bit about history as well.
Yeah, I really like the Three Kingdoms world, and I like that it's not, okay, here you have a bunch of magic powers, go from there. I do like that it's more down to earth, and I like that it is built in kind of history.
People were excited to see that it wasn't just a fantasy, but a true history that you get to play. Forsaken World, our first internationally developed title, which is currently slated to go into closed beta this winter. People really thought that the quality of Forsaken World was truly on par with other subscription-based MMOs that are currently out. And they were really surprised to see the 2 new classes that we showcased at E3.
Passing by, I saw it just running and I was like, down to hop on, it looks interesting. That's what's key about it, it's catching the eye.
I'd have to say the production value of the game, the spell effects, and some of the, I don't know, stuff that I haven't seen in a free-to-play MMO before, kind of surprised me.
I liked the Kindred race. I heard about that, and I thought that was an awesome element.
It feels like a game that should be paid for. I don't know, something like that. So yeah, it kind of really surprised me.
It's definitely trying out some new things. They may be a little bit risky, but I mean, for right now, I mean, it's got me enough to play and to figure out what it's about, so it's pretty good.
It's really, really fun. I like making the characters so far.
I probably liked Forsaken World the most. Obviously it uses the new version of the Angelica engine. Looks really good, scalable. It's got all the kind of features Perfect World games I like, where you're not stuck with a lower level player. You're getting rewards for just about everything. You're not shoehorned into any particular role, and I really like that you can work with just about anyone at any level.
I think that it probably will break the rules and get more audience and more players, because getting out the wall of paying, and you get the free-to-play, and it's more or less the product, similar product. I think it will be successful.
And our big reveal this year at E3 was Swordsman Online, which had its exclusive world debut of not only its first CG trailer, but its first gameplay trailer. There has been a lot of buzz around free-to-play recently, So we took the opportunity at E3 this year to ask people what they thought about free-to-play games. And the response that we got was much more than what we could have expected.
I like it. I like it. I have no problem with it.
Just being free to play is somewhat surprising.
Yeah, free to play is definitely the way to go, though.
I'm a huge fan of free to play. Absolutely believe in it.
Free to play is awesome, right? I'm actually a pretty big World of Warcraft player, so I do pay to play.
My opinion, free to play is that's tricky. Personally, I'm still a bit mixed on it, but it is something the industry is generally picking up and running with. I think the first couple of games made by studios who really understand it and don't design to revenue instead of designing to fun are going to hit a sweet spot that's going to appeal to a lot of players.
Amidst all the crazy chaos of the show, we took a moment here and there to reflect on our own impressions of E3.
E3's been great.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot, Forsaken World, we've been getting a lot of great feedback. People are saying just how great it looks, and all the press meetings that I've been having, everyone's been shocked that it's such a high quality game and it's free to play.
It's kind of a pleasure for me to see how surprised people get. And it's really interesting to see how it's changing, because some people do get it and some people do see that free-to-play games are getting better and it is changing. So it's definitely a very interesting E3 this year.
As you can see, we had a really great show at E3 this year. We had a really strong presence. We were more than pleased to see some of the reactions that our fans, media, and interviewers walked away with. When we started Perfect World Entertainment here in North America, we started with the intent of changing people's minds about free-to-play and changing the way people perceive free-to-play games. And I definitely believe that E3 is a monumental landmark in that movement. All right, folks, that just about does it for our wrap-up of E3 2010. Now, if you want to find out more information about any of our games or our upcoming closed betas, you can come check us out at www.perfectworld.com.